Alright, let's get started. Shift A to adding a circle, and this time we're gonna come here. We're going to change to the 36, and then I'm going to fill type into Ngong and come up here. Because we're using 36 and we need to divide this 36 by 9, and if I'm turn on the statistic, basically I'm going to select 8 segments or 8 edges to start with, and then connect these two, hit J to join that, and then save one segment and then do another 8. So if I'm selecting right, then I'm going to using these two, right, 8 segments, so these two edges to join that. So eventually we can draw a shape out of it. Pretty simple. Okay, let's see. These are the 8 edges, so I'm going to draw these two, and then the last one, hit J. So basically, as you can see here now, you can see a couple different case study for the bonding practice, and you will start realize a lot of time we're trying to spend a time to at the beginning to draw the shape in the a good plate, and then we are going to start extrude certain part out. So this is a good start. We're going to hit A to select everything, go to the front view, hit the E and Z, just giving some volume thickness going on here. And then next I'm going to face selection mode, select this face, and come to the front view, E and Z to extrude it out. Okay, cool. So this is kind of the starting shape that we want, and you start realize that we are going to kind of change the shape, giving a curvature over here, and later on we're going to have a curvature on the top. So to start with, we are going to see how many vertices we have here, and in order to getting enough vertices matched on here. So let's go to the vertices selection mode. I believe, let's see how many we got. So we have 7 vertices, so I need having 7 loop cut. Control R, adding that, just scroll middle mouse button to get that 7. So Control R to do that, then 7 as well. So if you notice that we can actually just getting repeating for this corner, so we don't actually do everything over here. So all we need to do is just finishing this corner, and then we can using the mirror modifier to get everything fixed. Okay, so let's get started. Start with this, hit J to join that. Okay, I know there's a triangle, but we will fix that later. Okay, hit Control J. Okay, now we're gonna go to the X-ray mode, Alt Z, and then select everything else. We don't need them, so holding Shift key and hit X to delete the vertices. Okay, so now we are good. And if you pay attention, we actually can divide this one even further. So let's try that. Go to edit mode, Control R to adding a loop cut. So we can actually divide it by this one. But challenging thing we have is these are not simply just can rotate it doing array modifier. It doesn't really work that way because these two are kind of flipped, right? But all the compartments is consistent with this shape. But all we need to do is actually do the flip and then to do the changes. So what we can do here, we're going to using mirror modifier and array modifier. So this is a little bit tricky. So Alt Z to select this unit. So this is the part that we are not going to use. I think this is the one. Hit X to delete vertices. So now this is what we have left. So the first thing I'm gonna do here, I'm going to using a mirror modifier to getting that flip to the other side. Let's do a mirror modifier, and then that is properly done, right? And then because we have the mirror modifier, making sure your clipping is turned on, and then we can start using array modifier and then to duplicate this unit into 4 sides. So what we can do here now is to getting a array modifier. We're going to also to adding a center point, which is a empty. Shift A to adding a empty. Let's do that, and then making sure you click this unit and to set the origin to the 3D cursor, which is going to be same places with the empty. So we can do the operation like that. So set origin to 3D cursor. And then what we need to do is to adjusting the array modifier for this particular part. Let's uncheck the relative offset. We're gonna go to the object offset and then select the empty, okay? And then making sure you turn on the merge. And then what we can do next is we're going to do 4 counts. And then I'm going to select empty, hit R to rotate it, okay? While you're holding control key. Once you see that on the left hand corner is a rotation 90 degrees and left click. So now basically we already replicated this part to all of these places. So all we need to do is just fix this corner to the shape that we want. It saves us a lot of time and energy to just adjusting the shape. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go to the top view, hit Alt Z to select all these vertices. So because we're going to push in to the side, what I can do here is going to hit G, Y, just grab that. And then hit B key to deselect that, G, Y, B key, deselect that, G, Y, and B key, and middle mouse button, deselect, G, Y. So it's kind of have a curve going on here. So you see we have something going on here. It's kind of pushing, and so all the parts working beautifully together, and it looks very nice. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to the front view and I'm going to adjusting this part. So let's go to Alt Z to select all that, and front view, hit G, Z to kind of push up, and the B key to deselect that, GZ. Deselect, GZ, and hit B and B key and GZ. Okay, so now you see we have a small curve as well to bump it up. Okay, so you can certainly change this angle, hit GZ to push this side a little bit more. It depends on what you really want to do, but all these things you can adjusting that later on. But this is the concept that we were trying to building at the beginning, so this is good. So at this moment, I know we are trying to kind of close on the top, and the challenging part is that we don't have the access to the geometry like this side, so it will be pretty challenging to do this by this way. So what I can do here is to tap it out and shift the D to duplicate it and save as backup, hit the M key to adding a new collection. I can just say backup, and then I'm just going to put it there. And then next I'm going to apply all these modifiers in order to getting all the geometry. So apply. So now if I'm going to edit mode, now I have all the geometries on this loop. So this is something that we can do a circle later on. I hit the front view, hit E and Z, come up, and then I'm going to hit SZ0 to kind of flatten it out. Now is the perfect time for the loop tool, which is the add-on that Blender come with. If you don't know how to do it, you will be able to find it from the previous tutorial. So loop tools, and then we're gonna change this to circle. And then now you see we have a circle on the top. However, the circle is too big, so I'm going to go to top view, hit the S key to shrink it down to a good healthy size. Okay, so now you can see that we're getting to the point that things getting together. Hit S, we can just kind of push it a little bit further. Hit G and Z. Depends on what kind of shape you want. So I think this shape looks pretty cool, and I can just hit the F key to fill it, and then go to the top view, and then I'm going to just hit I key, and then go to the extrude mode, hit E and Z to push it down. It's just something that we can definitely do a lot of changes or do design, but I just want to show you the basic concept of how to building this shape. And then obviously we need to have a plane to close this up. Hit the F key and hit I to insert it. Now what we can do here is we are going to select all these sharp edges and do a quick bevel. The reason is if I'm going to do a subsurface modifier and then everything's going to be flat, I can show you that doesn't look at all. So this is not something that we want. So we need a bevel in order to maintain the sharpness. It's not trying to smooth things out. When you work with bevel and subsurface modifier, they are working very well together. Okay, so now let's go to the edit mode, go to the edge selection mode, select sharp edges. Okay, so now we have all the sharp edges selected. Let me double check is these are the edges I wanted to do. Yes, they're very precisely selected. So what I would do here, Control B to do a bevel, and left click and then come down here to adjusting the width. Let's do 0.2. Then I'm going to do segment, usually is 2, and I'm going to change the meter from the sharp to arc, so you can see that the corner has been changed. So this is working very well. Okay, cool. So this is something that we wanted to do, and then go to the edit mode, and I'm going to actually adding a loop cut over here to maintain, to helping this, because this is a big n-gong. So the best way to do so is if I do a Control R, because this is n-gong, the loop cut doesn't cut through that well. So what I can do here, I can just select this loop already and hit double G to slide it up. At the same time, you can hit E or F key to decide what kind of shape you are according to. So you can see that I'm holding the F key, and then the circle loop is going to base on the bottom part. That's why it's like a flat, okay, straight. Then I'm going to Control R, adding a couple loop cut to support that easily, to giving this sharp edge back. Okay, so I can do that. Double G to put down here. Now what I need to do is to basically fix this geometry on the bevel corner. So we haven't seen this so many times. I'm just going to select these two vertices, hit J to join them, and this is the pole, right? So we want to have the pole on the flat surface. However, for this particular case, there's no super flat surface, and we have to put this pole on the curved side, because then the bottom part is more like a cylinder. If you really want the best result of doing this, so you will need to increase the geometry for the circle. When we started at 36. You probably need to start with the 72. Typically maximum I would do 48, but for this particular case, if you really want the precise shading on the corners, you probably need to do that. So that will be your homework to try it out. So I'm just going to demonstrating how to do this, and I think I'm cool with this, because when you're doing renders, this small tiny corners for the shading is not going to be a big issue at all. So I'm just going to fix that. J, let's select these two, hit J. I believe everything is fixed. Then if you really want to adding some support loop, you can certainly adding Control R, adding a couple of support loop. I think 2 should be fine. Same thing over here, Control R. Okay, so, and for this, definitely this is a big n-gong. I think it's not really a big of a deal, but if you really want to get that fixed, then you're gonna select this face, hit the X to delete the face, and then select it one more time, and then Control F to do a grid fill. Okay, grid fill, and then now we can just change the everything over here to getting that properly done. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do the normal rotation, so it's not really big of a deal anymore, because this is like a flat surface. Adding some loop cut, and that is all good. Let's do a subsurface modifier, Control 2, and I think that looks just fine. And here's a big n-gong. Same thing over here. I'm going to hit I key and X to delete the face, and then select everything. I'm going to hit Control F to do the grid fill, and Then same thing here. I'm just going to kind of change the shape a little bit, offset to making sure this looks nice and pretty, but it doesn't really matter. It's a flat surface. As long as everything's in quad, we're all good. Okay, so let's come back and let's do the Control 2 subsurface modifier, 2 levels, and that looks beautiful, right? And right click, shade smooth, even better. Okay. This is very nice. Now let's double check. Go to edit mode, Q button. Let's do face by size and equal to 4 and anything like 5. Or another thing we can do is 4, and then we can do less than 4. Any triangles? Oh yes, we have triangles. Good. So we need to fix that real quick. And this looks very easy to fix because simply we just need adding a cut and then making this triangle as a quad. Control R to adding a loop, and then that's it. Same thing over here. Just adding that, Control R and Control R. Okay, and very nice. And let's check it one more time. Less than 4. Do I have anything over here? No. And then greater than 4. So any more ngongs? I think that's everything we want to do. So this is a very decent shape, and we can certainly delete this empty. This is not used for anymore, so we can just drag it to the backup. So this is this final shape that we want. And definitely if you want to getting more sharpness on this edge, you can definitely do something, but this is the stuff that we can create using this method. And it seems like we need to spend some quality time to think about it, to planning, but it's not that difficult as you expected. Okay, so this is everything I want to share in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit likes and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.